Hello, welcome in as we are getting ready to talk a little bit of Arkansas Razorbacks on our Friday podcast. We tried to do this yesterday. It just didn't work out. A lot of that has to do with the volleyball tournament coming up this next week with 3A, which, speaking of that, probably going to throw off our podcasting unless we can do something there live.
Might as well. We can swing it. The other guys can get the volleyballing done.
Well, we'll see.
It'd be fun.
We'll see. I mean, there's a lot going on right now.
Facts.
3A volleyball tournament coming up next week. Live from CAC. We'll be there. We've got football tonight with Prescott and Bismarck. 3A7 championship, pretty much. I mean, there's still an outside chance of things being different, down the road. If Prescott wins and they actually go to Smackover next week, so there could be some conference championship implications there if things work out. But if Bismarck wins, it's pretty much wrapped up at this point. Yeah. Let's see here.
Shout out to my Pottsville girls, my Lady Apache volleyball team. They won their regional yesterday on their way to make a run at state, so good luck to them. I wish I was doing a 4A state volleyball tournament just to see them, but we're going to be at the 3A. 4A will be covered, though. Yeah. It will be live stream for anybody who wants to watch it. I hope so.
I looked at the list, and there wasn't anybody on that list, which is, I'll have to change. I'll have to take a look and see what we got here. Why? Can you go to a bumper real quick? I got Pottsville School District calling me real quick.
Sure can.
Goodness gracious. For the second time this week, as soon as we decided to start podcasting, I get a call about something with my family. So with that said, we're going to go through this fairly quickly here, talking a little bit about what's happening this week. Auburn and Arkansas coming up on Saturday, I think a pivotal game. In fact, I think if Auburn loses this game, I believe they'll fire Hugh Freeze before the season. Well, I feel they'll fire him before Monday. That's my guess.
Maybe he'll be fired before he hits the tarmac?
Maybe.
Back in Auburn?
And I also think that if Bobby Petrino wants to have the job at all, this is probably a game he needs to win as well. So
it is.
It's a very pivotal game for both guys. And then, of course, tonight you've got basketball, the exhibition game with Cincinnati in town. In fact, I saw a cool picture. Both Cincinnati and Arkansas were at Harbor High School for a pep rally, which I think is the second year in a row that they've done
awesome.
that. Last year Arkansas opened up with Kansas, and they went over. In fact, I know they did. Bill Self was at Harbor High School over there. So anyway, we want to encourage you to like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you're watching on YouTube. We'd love to send you over to YouTube, by the way, just because there's some things that we want to do in the future, and we want to encourage you to become a member of the Arkansas Sports Network right there. You'll get the ASN Classic that's coming up here a little bit over 2 months. It'll be here before you know it. And basketball all day long. We've got football coming up. We've got all kinds of good stuff, plus all of the podcasting that you love. So anyway, with that being said, let's get right to it here. And again, these are two teams right now that need a win. Both need a victory. Auburn right now, they have played some teams very close, and this is really a strength on weakness game for both teams. Arkansas's offense is truly one of the best in the nation.
Yeah,
and their defense is truly one of the worst in the nation. And you can almost flip-flop that with Auburn, where Auburn's defense is really one of the better teams in the nation, where their offense is not that good at all.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. I mean, Jackson Arnold, he's a decent enough quarterback, but he's got five touchdowns to Taylor's 17 in this one. Like, it's not a prolific offense, it doesn't seem like. No,
it's not. They struggled on offense, and it does start at the quarterback position. And I feel like I saw, where was it, the TD to interception ratio here.
17-5 for Taylor.
Yeah.
5-1 for Arnold.
So 5 TDs, only 1 pick. Wow, that's actually not that bad. But he's only thrown 5 TDs at this time. And I mean, where you're at with college football as a whole, you're trying to have those big offensive numbers, because really, if you're not having a big offense, you're not any good anymore. I mean, the old saying that defense wins championships is kind of out the window.
Yeah.
If you can play decent defense, bend but don't break defense, get a few stops, those are the teams now that are winning more and more and more. So with that being said, Auburn comes into this game 0-4 in the league, 3-4 over Arkansas is 0-3 in the league, and 2-5 overall. 5 losses in a row for the Razorbacks. And the next 2 weeks, massive for the Razorbacks.
Big.
With Auburn and Mississippi State. Again, if you want to win
we need them.
this job for Bobby Petrino, and I'm not saying that he'll be completely out of it, because you just don't. There's so much happening around this job and then other jobs that are going on. But if you're Bobby Petrino, these next 2, and I would even throw LSU in the mix, and Texas even. Actually, let's just throw all 5 of them in, because think about this, all right? So let's say Arkansas was able to pull off the next 2. And I'm not saying they will by any means. You can never count the Razorbacks for a victory, that's for sure. But with that said, let's say they win the next 2. They've got LSU, Texas, and Missouri all in a row. Okay, that sounds like a murderer's row, right? But LSU's not as good as people thought they would be. Texas is not as good as people thought they would be. Do you think that if Arkansas is able to beat Auburn and beat Mississippi State and then win one of those 2 games, do you not think that they'll give Bobby the job? I would almost guarantee it.
There's no reason for him not to at that point.
Think about it.
Just who else are you going to get that's doing better at that point?
Think about it. I'm serious.
Everybody else is going to be rebuilding.
It's just it's about the names as much as it is anything else, because really LSU is not LSU this year. Texas is not Texas this year. And Missouri, you'll throw them in the mix because why? Because Arkansas always loses to Missouri.
Yep. Let's not talk about that.
Oh, it's a sore spot. Don't get me wrong there.
Yeah, I'm sore about it big time.
It's a sore spot, but, I mean, it is what it is. Arkansas loses to Missouri every year. So, at this point, if they were able to beat Missouri, they beat or one of those teams. But even if – let's say that they win those 2, it puts them 4-5.
Yep.
If they were able to beat Texas or LSU, they're 5-6 going into that Missouri game for a bowl game. I mean,
yeah.
At that point, you got to say Bobby has every opportunity to get the job, right?
Yeah, I really think so. I really do. And look, I think this game is going to be a chance for our defense to make a step in the right direction. Listen to this stat. Auburn leads the league in most sacks given up. They've been sacked 26 times this year. That's, it's only leading the league by 4 sacks.
Right.
But, Arkansas, we've only given up 15 sacks. So, I mean, I think I like our offensive line better all the way around. So, I think this weekend is a chance for our defense to take a step in the right direction and completely shut down a not very good Auburn offense. And then we got to just do our job on offense, and I think we're going to be fine. Auburn's got a great defense. You can't take that away from them, but how long are they going to be on the field?
That's good questions. I mean, I don't know the answer. I mean, Arkansas has found a way to lose every game
true.
this year in just stunning fashion. Ole Miss, 41-35. Memphis, 32-31.
We really got to talk about that.
That, the Notre Dame game is what it is.
Yep.
34-31 for Tennessee, 45-42 for A&M. And, if the only thing that you can take away from those losses is the defense is awful.
Yep.
Because if they have a defense at all, they win all of those games.
Yes.
Every one of those games. And they just couldn't stop anybody, which we know the answer at this point. I think the dichotomy between the offense and defense is crazy. It's actually probably one of the greatest differences that you can see between two units that you've ever seen in college football history. No lie, Arkansas right now, according to yards per play, is putting up the most in the nation right now.
Yeah, it's nuts.
And if you look at the past teams, all the way back to 2019, they all won national championships, but Florida in 2020, and they all had Heisman winners on their team. And if you look at Taylor Green's numbers right now, if you take the 5 interceptions out of the mix, let's get that to 3 and keep the numbers the same. And let's say Arkansas is 6-1 right now. Is Taylor Green a Heisman candidate? 100%.
Oh, yes.
100%. He's a Heisman candidate with the numbers that he has put up right now. He is 62% passing. He is 1,910 yards. 1910.
That's 30 behind Joe Aguilar, who leads the league.
He's rushed for 589, and that is including 123 lost yards in sacks.
Yeah. Just the numbers are crazy. Like we only see the losses. As fans, we're just seeing the losses. We're just seeing the turnovers. I get it. It sucks, but take that away. Look at this young man, the season he's having. It's pretty spectacular.
Oh,
it really
100%.
is. He's got a couple of good receivers on the outside. More than, I think, 13 receivers have caught a pass for Taylor Green this year.
I think he's everything that you would want Matt Jones to have been at Arkansas. That's how good he has been. Now, Matt Jones, he got a chance to play 4 years. Green is only 2. You're not going to have the same attachment to Green as you do Matt Jones. But when you look at just how they've played, Matt Jones has never had a season even like where we're at right now.
Nope.
I mean, Matt had his senior season, he threw for more yards than Green has today.
Yeah.
Throw 2 more games in there, and that won't happen.
Nope.
Jones also ran for a little bit more every year, just about every year.
Well, he had to.
But that won't be by the end of the year. I mean, at 589 yards right now, if you can cut some of the sacks out, Taylor Green has a chance to rush for 1,000, and he has a chance to throw for 3,000.
Yeah.
Which would be the greatest year by any quarterback in Razorback history. And he still drives you insane by some of the things that he does.
He's, they said it about Derek McFadden. He's a home run hitter. He's going to make mistakes. You take the strikeouts. Yeah, I mean, that's the name of the game. I mean, we also got to remember these are just kids. I mean, comparatively, so they're men, they're grown-ups, they're adults. They can vote. They're making a lot of money, but they're still, I don't know about you, but when I was that age, I don't think my prefrontal cortex was fully developed yet.
Very true.
I just, what could we do? What could we say we would do if we were put in that position? Like, I know I'd fold under the pressure.
There's a lot going on.
Pressure on him.
There's a lot going on for sure. But with that being said, he's having a great year.
Yeah, he really is.
And the offense is having a great year. Also, you got Washington's numbers down here? Yeah, Washington right here, 671 yards. Arkansas's offensive line right now is rated the number 1 offensive line in the country.
Matt Washington's number 2 running back in the league. I don't think he's top 10. No, he's not top 10 in the country, but he's still having a pretty spectacular year.
So, my question is, let's just say let's say just for fun that Arkansas goes on and loses every game in the fashion that they've lost all these other games, where the offense is just incredible and the defense is so bad. I still think you have
Couldn't
to look
catch
at
a cold.
you have to look at Bobby as the head coach because of the offense that they've put on the field, which could end up being the greatest offense to ever have played at the University of Arkansas.
With a losing record.
Right. I mean, can you imagine?
It's nuts.
They could go and average, let's just say they average 33 or 34 points a game, and they could be the best offense ever in the history of Arkansas and be 2-10.
Yep. Yeah.
That'd be something.
And I mean, what do you say? It ain't Chad Morris. It's not 2-10 Chad Morris, where there's no life in the entire program.
Yeah.
You got an offense that's buzzing, and by everything I've seen so far from our backup quarterback, I think if he stays, we're going to be just fine next year.
Yeah, KJ Jackson.
Yeah, KJ Jackson, he looks good.
Randy Pickrell, he says main difference between the two, one is an Arkansas native, one is a transplant, but that's the stats support Green. Correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, it's really the only difference. And and I love Matt Jones. I don't want to take anything away from him because, man, high school was a lot of fun. And watching Matt Jones play football, my gosh,
that was something.
Always had a chance. If he was on the field, you always got a puncher's chance to win that game.
My senior year, we held now this is basketball, by the way. We held the Crawford County tournament at Mountainburg, where I graduated from.
Yep.
It was the final Crawford County tournament that they held. I think they tried to revive it a few years back. I don't think it was the same format. This was a tournament. You got 5 teams in Crawford County: Mulberry, Mountainburg, Cedarville, Alma, and Van Buren. So you had your little schools getting a chance to play up against the big schools, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We held it at Mountainburg. We actually held our own while we were there versus Alma especially. We would beat Alma. And we didn't that year. Alma plays Van Buren in the championship game on our home floor. Alma gives Van Buren everything they want. One of the reasons why they closed the tournament was because Van Buren won it every year.
Yeah.
Well, 41-40, I think, was the score coming down to the very end. And sophomore Matt Jones comes and rebounds a miss and dunks it home and finishes the Crawford County tournament on a follow slam and wins the tournament. And that was the first thing that I ever knew about Matt Jones. And then, of course, I always thought all I ever heard about him was a basketball player. Didn't hear much about him in football. And then he goes to the north side his senior season and starts returning punts at quarterback.
Yeah, that was nuts.
And I remember distinctly him being able to return a punt in a big game for Northside, and he ended up, being Matt Jones and who he is at Arkansas. Pickrell says, from what I hear about Petrino, some of the big money folks do not want him to be the head coach and may do him like they did Sam, hold NIL money back. And then I've also heard that you've got a group that want him as well. So you've got 2 factions there. And that's part of the problem with the Arkansas coaching searches as a whole. And I'm not just talking about this one. I'm talking about some of the other ones in the past, is that you can't get the money people on the same page. Some want their coach, some want their coach, but they don't want to come together and support their coach. And speaking of that, I have an interview that I'm going to be putting out very shortly, probably on Monday, with the Pigpen Collective president, the new Pigpen Collective president, and my goodness, his last name escapes me, Peyton, and I'm going to get it in just a second here.
I didn't realize Matt was born in Dermott, of all places.
I didn't know that either. His dad was a coach.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let me get Aaron. Peyton Dunn. Peyton Dunn and I had a conversation about the Pigpen Collective. And if you don't know what collectives are, number one, it's a way for fans to pool their money to allow NIL to be given to players.
Yeah.
And Peyton is one of those guys that he just is tired of watching Arkansas be bad.
Yeah.
And so he has decided to do something about that. And so with that being said, Peyton Dunn and I had a conversation. We're going to talk about that on Monday in our weekend recap.
Fun.
We're gonna have that interview along with what happened this weekend and along with what happened on Friday night, which is tonight. well, actually, if you want to go back to Thursday night, which there's a lot of stuff already in the books for high school football this weekend. With that said, we also have basketball tonight. The Razorback basketball team coming back. A lot of expectations, a lot of fun. A lot of people think could be fun this year. With the basketball team, Coach John Calipari, you can just tell the man's more comfortable right now with where he's at.
He should be.
With everything. And
the squad he's got, man.
He's got good things going on right now in Razorback land, and he does have a good squad. He's got several returners coming back. When I say several anymore, 4 is a bunch, but he has some of the highest amount of scoring coming back in the SEC. In fact, I think he actually has the highest percentage of scoring.
I think so, yeah.
Coming back, which was like 45%, which is crazy too, because used to you'd hear of teams with 90% of the scoring coming back, and now they have 45. It's like you got a lot coming back.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the improvement of Trevin Brazil. We've seen his whole career. He's been fun to hurt, and that was terrible that he missed some games for that, but he's a hog, and I like that young man. I like watching him play, and I can't wait to see what he's got.
So they got Cincinnati tonight at Walton Arena. I saw the pep rally there. Pretty cool deal there at Harbor where Cincinnati and Arkansas got together. I really expect the basketball team to be something good. There's a lot of good things. Somehow, though, they have scheduled last year's Elite Eight. That's not even a joke. Every team that's in the Elite Eight from last year, Arkansas plays them this year. Every one of them, including Texas Tech, where Arkansas blew the lead to Texas Tech. They've got Duke on Thanksgiving in Chicago.
That's going to be fun.
Of course, you've got Florida. Let's see here. Who all in the SEC made it? There was 4. Auburn made it. Florida made it. Alabama made it. Who's the 4th one? We should have made it. Would have been the 5.
Yeah.
Kentucky?
Anyway,
the 4. No, Kentucky did not make it. 4 SEC schools. Then you've got Kentucky on the list as well, who didn't make the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Texas Tech. I mean, there's quite a bit of
college basketball is going to be a blast this
unreal.
year. It's just going to be so much fun.
Arkansas is in a different position that they've been in a long time. I mean, there is a possibility that they win it all this year. I'm not saying they will. I'm not predicting they will. I'm just saying there is a possibility.
They got as good a shot as anybody out there right now.
Well, and that's the thing about it, Justin, is that used to you'd say that every year. But now it's been several years since Arkansas could say, yeah, we've got as good a shot as anybody. And right now they've got as good a shot as anybody.
I mean, heck, I thought teams that must put on the floor had a chance. Really, I mean, they made it to 8. They made it to 16. That ain't no joke. That is hard to get there. You don't get there by being not good basketball teams.
Right.
And then Cal took us back last year, made the 16. We're the past, 6 out of 7 years, we have done better than we have since the good old days, baby. When I was too young to even So it's before the days of internet, 1994.
You take into account 2019 was Muss's first year, and that was when COVID shut everything down. 2019, 2020, that year Arkansas played one of the last games in college basketball that year against Vanderbilt. They were lobbying to get into the NCAA tournament that year. You turn around the next year, and you played in it, and you made it to the Elite Eight. You played in it the next year. You made it to the Elite Eight. The next year, you played in it. You went to the Sweet 16. And then the bottom just completely fell out.
Which I think that had more to do with the players' attitudes, honest to God. Everything about that team that year just said, I don't want to be here.
I think that Muss had one foot out the door.
Oh, yeah. And I'm not mad at him for it either. He did great for us here. And then, he sniffed out a chance to go back to USC, which is his home, where his heart is. I can't hate him there, but all I could do is thank him for building our program back up
to the point where John Calipari wants to come.
Yeah, and if any fans out there hold any ill will towards Muss, you are wrong. Just he helped us and he moved on, and there's nothing wrong with that.
So anyway, Razorback basketball today. Walton Arena exhibition play. It's interesting how the exhibition play works now. You used to, remember, you would play somebody out of Division II. I mean, there was a time that Arkansas in basketball would play a team called Arkansas Express. And it was a made-up team. It was completely a made-up team. They would play those in exhibition.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
wow,
that was like
so long ago.
that was a Nolan thing that he did. And it would be these rando guys that would just play them.
They could ball.
Right. And so anyway, Arkansas tonight, big time. We've got Prescott Bismarck tonight. The crew is there. I am back up here still because of volleyball. I'll be glad when volleyball is over, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. We're going to have scoreboard show for you tonight. Looking forward to being with you on that tonight.
Not long after my game at Pottsville Lamar is finished, I'll be back here to help Brad. So it's us again. It's I didn't do the last scoreboard show because I wasn't coming back from Ozark, but be happy to join tonight.
Well, right now we're kind of looking at the scoreboard show as something that we'd like to make a main fixture with what we do, but we can't do that at the behest of our game of the week. So we're trying to figure out all of the workings and how can we do that.
We need more bodies.
Man, we need more people for sure, for sure. So anyway, tonight, great game tonight. Yep. Lots of great ball around the state tonight. This is a
great night for football.
A very consequential week for football.
All across the state, every division, top to bottom.
Lots of conference championships going to be decided. Last night there were a couple that were. I mean, if you want to call what Greenwood went through yesterday on the line.
Yeah.
I mean, Van Buren was undefeated. Greenwood showed them who was Greenwood.
Yeah. I wanted a good game out of that, but no, it wasn't.
It just didn't work out.
No.
Man, Greenwood is just a machine.
They really are.
But then you had Bentonville and Rogers playing each other yesterday as well. That was an amazing game. I mean,
it really was.
If you get a chance to go back on YouTube and you got some time, Randy, I know you're a big high school football fan, and you've got some time. Go look up the Bentonville Rogers game. I'm telling you, that fourth quarter, especially the last 5 minutes of it, unreal. That was a great ball game there.
Really spectacular football game right
7A West on the line, and you had two teams battling it out. And I'll just tell you, the last play of the game ended up in the end zone. I won't tell you how else it went.
and you and Ruskin, y'all were talking about just that thing.
Yes.
Just how that game goes down to it.
Yeah.
It was just an awesome game all the way around.
It was.
We're not gonna go watch it. We're not telling you who won.
Anyway, with that said, I'm going to wrap things up because, again, here I am getting phone calls as soon as I start a podcast up. So we'll break this one off for today. We'll say thank you for joining us. Looking forward to bringing you the Audible again on Monday as we're going to recap what has happened over the weekend, both in high school football and with the Razorbacks. You don't want to miss that. And then, like I said, all the good things that we've got going on today. It's going to be a good one. So anyway, guys, we appreciate you joining us here, and we'll see you tonight and on both the game of the week and on the scoreboard show on Overtime Arkansas.